Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, here, back on Sofia's Football Talk for yet another week of game day review. And we have a special guest on, a debut. We got Man Like Will. How are you, mate? Are you good?
I am doing well, sis. Yo, 100%. And thank you for having me on here. Big fan of your channel, Sophie. The queen herself, man. You already know what it is. Smash a like for her, man, for real. Please.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm a big fan of Man Like Will for sure. Arsenal fan and up, but a good guy, a good guy. Regardless, make sure you do subscribe to his channel. His handle is in the title, but also in the description box. So show love. He just did a watch along for this game. So hey, everybody that's here, make sure you subscribe. And also
Hey,
doing subscribe to this channel, we're still on the road to 3K subscribers, so help us out. Give this video a like. The more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for new people to see. And also feel free, of course, to join the SFT membership, another way to support the channel. And we do have a FBL league. So if you want to join that league and get a chance to win a kit of your choice, then do indeed join. Link is in the description box alongside the code. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Big up first Bart and big up Ed. Hope you're doing well. I think it's fair that we start with the game that just ended, which is your team, Will. I mean, we talked a little bit off camera,
mhm.
so I think we might as well just continue the conversation. Talk me through how you're feeling watching that game.
Man, Sophie, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I said on my watch along, I wasn't stressed, but I was just a tiny bit concerned because going into the game, I was thinking, you know what, this is against Aston Villa, who, in my opinion, yeah, that last season cost us the Premier League title, and we going into this, we need to be mentally prepared, and we had to learn from that mistake that we had that we're going like last season,
Mhm.
and what we learn from that game has to be applied to this one specifically because this game is going to be the outline of our whole season. And from that first half, we were good, but not great because clinically we weren't there.
Mhm.
We had our chances, but we just fumbled the bag really. And honest and things weren't popping off. Martinelli had a decent chance, but he just kept overthinking it with some careless passing to Bukayo Saka into Odegaard and Kai Havertz.
Mhm.
Bukayo Saka wasn't really he was in the box, but again he just some of his shots were just off wide. Um, really didn't see much of Kai Havertz today, unfortunately, but things really just didn't get popping off until Trossard stepped in, and as soon as bro stepped in, we started to cook. And
Mhm.
all he had to do was just do one thing, and that was kick the ball. And everything imploded. Like the Mandem started to be like, oh, we can actually kick. We can shoot in the box. We can do that. Yes, you can. You know what I mean? You don't have to do this system, this system, whatever in your head. You don't have to pass when you're centimeters in front of the goal. No, 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 no. Like, you can actually take a shot from outside the box, inside the box. That's okay. That's part of the game. Partey did that. And also Odegaard was close, but he just skyrocketed straight to the moon. But that's okay. And because of that, we got 3 points. And that's what we need is for those boys to have more individualism. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's what's part of the game that kind of messes me up. But yeah, just happy. I'm gassed.
Okay, I hear it. I hear it. Trossard, we did talk a little bit about that before we went live as well. Trossard, and I didn't, tell you that I've been a big fan of him
Mm-hmm.
ever since, he was playing, rocking it up for Brighton, and you were linked with the Mudryk in like that January window,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3 years ago now, and but you ended up getting a Trossard as Mudryk went to Chelsea, and let's be honest, the better deal. He's good.
definitely. Um, though, when you said that you guys were linked to him, and I'm thinking now, you guys could definitely use a Trossard in your team for sure. And under this Ten Hag system, he can definitely cook though. Like if we're really talking, like he can definitely cook it in your team. Um, but nah, like looking at like the whole Modric and Trossard ordeal, yeah, we definitely got the better deal. I think Modric he just saw the money, he can't turn it down, and Trossard wanted the opportunity just to hey, Brighton,
Mhm.
you're gonna be there forever. You can't turn down a team like Arsenal. And no disrespect to any Brighton fan out there, but look, if you have like a big team like Arsenal come in, offer you a contract, they playing week in week out, playing in Champions League, can't say no to that. And he cooks.
He does indeed cook. Also, Saka getting up the numbers, in assist, scored the did score the opening game, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, yeah,
And getting
yeah.
as well. Like, I really like Saka. It's annoying that he plays for Arsenal, but I cannot not like him. I can't dislike him.
Can't you just
Even
erase
how
that?
much I want,
Erase the
I
badge.
can't do it. Just forget about the badge, just take it off, and then just put
Uh,
on the right side. You know what I'm saying? But he's a
I
good
mean,
player.
yeah, but I mean, you're speaking on Saka, right? But I can say the same thing about what's his name, Kobe Mainu. Even though he plays for you lot, I rate him highly. He's a
Mm.
gem. I'll give you that
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Great player. And even though he
Mm-hmm.
does, at the off settings, do you know what I
There,
mean? It's like,
exactly.
whatever. It is what it is. I'll let you can let them, let the ops have their gems every now and then. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
100%. Also, David Raya. Mid. He reminded me a little with that one. I mean, maybe Oli Watkins could have done a little bit better, but I still felt like it. At least, I mean, for me, I'm a big fan of like the art of goalkeeping, and I thought he did very well. It reminded me a little bit of another David who I definitely miss at my club, who I love dearly. At least in that particular segment. But
Mm,
when he was called upon, he showed up. He showed up.
definitely. And also that particular David that you're speaking of, he's over in Fiorentina now.
Yep.
Um, but no, I mean David Raya, I thought he's been spectacular. 16 clean sheets last season. Got the Golden Glove. He's going to be continuing, hopefully, that fine form. Well, he's now continuing that, 2 clean sheets already under his belt. Um, I'm hoping he does continue this form this season. I do have him up in as my contender at the end to get the Golden Glove again, because I don't think anyone could really compete with him as far as that goes. But with Oli Watkins, I thought he had a terrible performance, man. There was instances where he really could have scored at least like 2 goals. I was really surprised for him, especially with like the caliber of player that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shocking. I don't know how you make it.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, I just, he had like one big one where I was like, bro, what are you doing? Score another one. It wasn't the best game. If we think about the other games where, I mean, you got the better of Villa today. Finally, you got it over the line because in last season you lost both of those games.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dropped 6 points. Out of possible 6 points. So, and he, I believe, in the second fixture, I'm pretty sure he did score in that game. So often he be showing up right with the numbers, but when it matters. But today he was off. So I agree with you. He was very off today. I was a bit disappointed as I kind of needed you guys in the gutter with the rest of us, especially with us losing to Brighton. So I was like, please
Uh,
up the Villa, but no.
no. You see, we're built different, in it. You know what I mean? We need to get W's. You know,
Ah,
but look, not like in all seriousness, I think
Mm.
I was very, very surprised because there was a few instances where we were losing the ball,
Mm.
very like just so loose, like we were just so loose, but like and careless and giving away
Yeah.
possession.
Yeah.
Saliba has done it again, a few times in this game, especially in like in the early stages of the second half, and it was terrible. I think against
Mm.
Wolves, but um, my whole thing is that when Watkins has like a few good opportunities, he just wasn't as clinical, and I was just so confused by it. I think who was though? I think it was Leon Bailey who's causing those problems,
Yes,
and
he was really good.
he was very good today. And I was like, I was thinking eventually he was going to score, but
Mm.
you know what? I gotta give a shout out to Uran Timber. I thought Timber was actually very good today.
He did well.
I'm surprised he even got the nod when because like a friend of mine who was on the preview with me,
Mm.
he predicted Timber was going to start. I thought that I think Zinchenko was because out of consistency, but
Hmm.
nah. What a what a smart decision by Arteta. We need to be as defensive as we can because Villa they rely heavily on the counter attack and they have players that can do
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
And they be having that high line as well, often. But yeah, Unai Emery, hey, not today. Not today.
Not today. Bad evening. Bad evening.
That's a good one. Any other players that stood out to you either positively or in a bad way? And that can go for either teams, to be fair.
For either teams.
Mm.
Well, I wasn't gonna say Leon Bailey that caused us a lot of trouble, so I'll give him his praise.
Mm-hmm.
I I think what I would want to highlight Martinelli. I think, and I think the reason why is because he had like I last season, right? And I'm not trying to
Mm.
go on about this, but
No,
last
go ahead.
season it was his terrible season, as you know. You know
It
what I
was.
mean? And he's it's at a point where he's trying to grow some of his confidence back, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that Arteta brought him into the team again and give him a start. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the difference what we saw with Trossard getting into the already he just stepped foot and all he did was score like a few minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
Martinelli, he had a few decent chances. He didn't do anything with it. He overthinks things when he's in the final third. It frustrates me because in big games like this, you are regarded highly amongst the Arsenal fans. And when you're trying to compete for a Premier League title,
Yeah.
we need you there. So
100%.
if you don't deliver, what's the really the use for you? You
Mm-hmm.
know. So
I hear it.
for me, I just think he just needs to. I think he needs to eat the bench again because
Yeah.
Trossard should be getting more of it. And think hopefully Arteta addresses that winger position because the window's closing up soon. So
Exactly. No, it's like, in a lot of ways, what you said with Martinelli, that's kind of what we've been struggling with Rashford as well.
mhm.
Last season was a horrible season for him, and this season we're wanting to see like the Rashford we all know and love, at least most of us. But
That's
we've
it.
yet to
Yeah.
seeing it.
Mhm.
Confidence isn't there. I mean, with Rashford, it almost seems like it's a little bit worse because it's so toxic with him. There's still, of course, some people that loves him, but all others that are just really done with him. It just seems like it's kind of like a disconnect between him and the fan base. With
Mhm.
I don't see no joy no more, and I'm not gonna make this about United because I already talked so much United in my last stream, and I want these type of streams to be more about all of the other teams and to
No, no,
get
no, no,
you
no, no,
know.
no, 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 no! Don't go
Oh,
anywhere!
here we
Don't
go.
go anywhere! Don't go anywhere! No. We have to splash a little bit of United here, just a tiny bit.
I
But I do want to say this though. What
Go
this
ahead.
whole comparison between Marcus Rashford and
Mhm.
Martinelli, I think it's brilliant because, well, yes, I mean, Marcus Rashford, yes, he has accomplished a lot more compared to Martinelli, but
Mhm.
the way that they are with their respective seasons, one has been terrible and is trying to, I guess, recover some of that confidence, and he has been like worldly renowned as having being like a
Mhm.
quality striker, quality forward. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying, or I guess what Martinelli is going through as well, because we know he has it in him. He can produce,
Yeah.
but we shall see.
There's a question here from Ed. Would Will take Sterling?
Absolutely not. I don't want that brother anywhere near the Emirates Stadium. If I see Raheem Sterling holding up an Arsenal jersey standing next to Arteta and Edu Gaspar, I will fly to London myself and drive a taxi cab and drive that brother back to Stamford Bridge. There's no way, no
Be like,
way.
sorry, sketch. Go, go. That would be funny.
It just doesn't make sense. He's gonna be on extremely high wages. He doesn't cut the mustard anymore, just like he used to. It's just gonna be a waste of time. Waste of time.
At that point, I would be mad. Imagine Liverpool to Man City to Chelsea to Arsenal. Like, what else? You're gonna go to Spurs and then United? Like, what are we doing? And he's actually grown up to be a United fan, and he played for Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and then you go tell me he's gonna go to Arsenal? Then nah.
Bro, what is this? What is this, like a Skittles Premier League thing? Nah, man, stick to one.
You want to like the biggest club? Nah, nah.
Nah, nah,
To
nah.
me, that would be mad if that. I don't think that will happen. But either way, yeah, with Martinelli, I feel when Martinelli's good, Martinelli's really good. When he's on
Yes.
it, he good. But when the confidence is lacking, it shows. It really shows.
Mm.
So yeah, we have to wait and see if he can manage. But did you notice that when Trossard scored, kind of pissed, a little annoyed.
What? I'm sorry.
When Trossard scored, he looked a little.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought that's part of the celebration where I guess where he just didn't really celebrate as much. I kind of felt like that was
This
like
time
his. Yeah, I kind
was
of feel like
different.
that was
This
his.
time, like he always does this, and he'd be a little bit more joyful. He give me a
Yeah.
little bit of swagger to it. Today, though, however, for me, because I watch all of your games, or at least most of the games. Just being a football lover, I'll be watching the
Mm.
ops either way. I do, I do. Regardless of it being hate watching, I will be watching. I will. But I I just felt like his energy seemed a little bit off when he scored. Like, come on, like here I am, I'm scoring, and you're not starting me. Even though I think he's a great asset, impact stuff. It comes sometimes when he does start, he doesn't. Not all the time, but sometimes he just doesn't always maybe have the same, you know,
You know, I
impact
hear
if that
it,
makes sense
and
or
mm,
performance. Still good though.
I hear it though, Soph. But I mean, maybe Arteta may have said something to Trossard maybe before he stepped in, and maybe that kind of still stuck into his mind a bit when he scored.
Hmm.
But I kind of felt like that was like that like the way he celebrated, it was just like his him moment. Oh, he didn't even really he didn't have to do this whole thing. He was just like, yeah, that's right. I'm here. Silence. This is payback for what you guys did to us last season. It's just like kind of like a firm reminder. You know what I mean? That this is different. You know what I mean?
Okay,
And I did see
maybe.
what Mr. Ed also say. Nah. I hear you, Ed, bro, but I just don't see it, fam. I'm sorry, man. I just don't see it.
The one about Sterling.
Yeah. About Sterling,
Yeah.
because it's true. Sterling and Teta, they did have a good relationship at City,
Hmm.
but again, that was a few years ago, isn't it? I just don't see um how again that was the key word that the key phrase is that few years ago, and you see how he's been playing at Chelsea. That same form hasn't been replicated, even
No,
like the past few like administrations under Chelsea.
yeah,
So I just don't see how it would work well here, you know. But
no, I hear it. I hear it. Also, trying to think other players. Martin Odegaard, maybe? I thought he looked solid.
Looked good. I think he got himself. Yeah, it was. I think he got himself into good position when he needed to be. His passing
Hmm.
was solid as usual. I think his shooting may need some work, but
Oh yeah.
no. Aside from that, it was Kappa's performance. You know, that's what I would expect from Odegaard. I think what I was really just looking mostly into, more so it's just our
Mm.
defense, because how would Arteta's approach be? Will he start Zinchenko? Would he start Timber? Or crazy move would be Calafiori, which in fact he did feature for like
He
10
did.
minutes or so. And but no, I'm glad with the decision that he made. We looked solid. They had a few
Mm.
hiccups again. Pleased.
No, 100%. Also with Calafiori, I mean, like you mentioned, he did get some minutes, so Arteta's like slowly kind of integrated him more and more into the team. We also know, obviously, you're trying to wrap up the Merino deal as well. Do you know much about Mikel Merino, or
I know a bit.
a
I
little
did
bit?
see a few Sociedad games last season. He is a box to box, and also he can
Mhm.
shift into being a defensive midfielder role. Um,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Just with the part of the few Sociedad games that I've seen, and also with the Euros, um, it's up in the air as to what he can be able to do for us. I think he's a good player, but we'll see how he's able to really do for us into the system. I know that Arteta really does rate him extremely highly, or
Mhm.
highly extremely, I guess you can say. Pardon my terrible English, but uh, but what I know is that he is very good on the ball, great vision. Think I see him more as a defensive midfielder rather than a box to box,
Mhm.
because I just don't see him progressing it as as your traditional box the box, or like your as like your eight. Because I feel like if he were to come into the team now, our midfield will be him just holding down the fort, and then you have Declan Rice pushing up and going along with Odegaard. So he'll just be there, just cleaning up, being your quote unquote destroyer, I guess you can say,
Mhm.
because he's very good with tackles.
Yeah.
He'll challenge you for the ball, really. Um, but that's pretty much it for what I know about him. And also Premier League experience. He did play for Newcastle, but
Yeah.
we need depth. We need depth into that midfield
Indeed.
position, because um, the fact is Jorginho can't play a full 90. Thomas Partey, as much as I love the guy, I think he's at the point where just the inconsistencies and the injuries
Yep.
is a bit peak. I can't lie. So we need we need some new blood in there, and hopefully that lines up an opportunity next summer as champions. Telling you here now,
Oh, oh, oh. Okay.
yeah, say that with chest.
So the
Say that with
time
chest.
is
As champions.
26:45 seconds. We'll just click that for future reference. Thank you, Will.
Listen, if we don't do it, I'll come back here. I'll take the heat. But listen, I say it with chest. We will
Okay.
be champions. But
Pick up your team. Yeah.
I
Fantastic.
say at the summer, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we can get in Bruno. We can get Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle. So that will be
Oh,
an insane upgrade. So
okay. Okay. Also, by the way, I just saw Fabrizio Romano tweet basically like a quote from Arteta in regards to Gabriel Jesus' injuries. So he says, unfortunately, he felt something in his groin. We need to assess him. We need an MRI scan to see. We will have the result and see if it is a matter of days or weeks. Tops?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that as well. Well, I saw that I saw the reports.
Yep.
For him that he had a groin injury, but man, weeks, it's crazy.
Jeez.
I don't know what to make of it.
It's bad. I mean, now that you mentioned, obviously Moreno, we know that's going to be wrapped up. Do you think that you will get one more signing? And if so, will that potentially be a striker or a forward of some sort?
That's a great question, Sophie. That's a very good question. I was talking about this as well during my stream, is to see like who would be like the preferable position, or what would be the preferable position to bring in for us in the final stage of the window, because now that Jesus is pretty much on the shelf and Kentia is going to go to Forest, our options going forward is pretty limited. Yes, we have Reece Nelson. Why? I don't know.
Yep.
But it's one of them ones where you just got to sit back and think, okay, you do have Kai Havertz. He is, you're pretty much our solidified, striker at this point. You can drop him you can drop him into your false nine. That kind of solves that problem. For me, that is tough. I'm probably gonna have to. I did say a striker, but the more I think about it, I think we really do need a winger, because I think Saka can't be Saka. I think he needs more cover more than ever.
I hear that.
And there are options, I think, in the window. And I think that Edu and Arteta, as much as we want to get a striker, it's going to be expensive, not expensive. I don't see we can do that this one. People are saying, oh, we can get Alexander Isak from Newcastle. We can get in the Swedish striker from Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening at all. We've been linked to Benjamin Šeško as well from Red Bull Leipzig, but that's not happening at all because he renewed his contract earlier on before the Euro started. So I'm gonna go with the right wing, because that just needs to be addressed. Then I think we'll have flexibility there. We can put Trossard as up front as well. Martinelli can shift that left wing if we need to. And I think that would clean up the mess for now. And maybe we can look again in the January window.
Since you're mentioning a right winger, who could that be for you? Who do you want to get? Realistically, of course. Not easy.
It's not easy. You're putting me on the spot here, girl. Why are you doing this to me, man?
Sorry, broski. We're asking
Why are you doing this to
questions,
me, man? Yeah. No, I like this. I like the questions. I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah.
So, for me,
look at the screen.
What's this? No, absolutely not. No, stop. No. Stop with this. Stop with this. I'm gonna throw out a wild card there. I'm gonna say that he's been on. It may sound different, but I'm gonna try to say this. Federico Chiesa. There's a reason why. One, he's cheap. He is not favored at all at Juventus.
True.
And I think while it's tough, because like he wants to be a starter at whatever club he wants to go to, because he's been since Cristiano Ronaldo left and such like that, and Dybala left, he's been pretty much the main guy. But I think if Arteta and Edu can finesse a deal where he can start, he and Saka can split the roles in starting games, because there's going to be a lot of games this season, especially with Champions League. Um, you can bring him in and have him, compete for a starting place, because I
Mhm.
look at teams, like Manchester City, who have quality like on the bench too now, and
Yep.
they brought back Guduwan. Do you know what I mean? And he's a starter at Barcelona. He's won countless titles with City as well. So you need to have quality on the bench too that are willing to fight for their place as well. So, and
Yep.
I think Saka would like someone to compete um, for that right wing. I would also go with Brian and Wemo from Brentford. I think he wouldn't
Oh,
be a bad
he's
option as well.
I
I
like
like
him.
yeah, he's a very good winger. Um, but those are the two that really come to my mind. I think
Okay.
Brentford, they know that they can't have those players for too long. Tony, I'm surprised he hasn't left yet, so we'll see.
If there was a possibility to get a Tony, would you?
No, I want to take Ivan Tony,
Why?
and there's a reason, because I think Ivan Tony. While I think he's a as a striker, he's great. I think he's a quality player,
Yep.
but his attitude wouldn't mesh well with Arteta,
Mm.
especially because in the past we've had that Arteta has had that issue with players like Ozil, players like Winduzi, players like Aubameyang, where they couldn't get with the program, and
Hmm.
so I feel like if Ivan Tony were to get into the fold, he has to comply. And Ivan Tony, he marches to the beat of his own drum, which I rate in it. You know what I mean? But it just wouldn't mesh well, unfortunately. I think if Tony were to go somewhere, I'm surprised that he didn't go to Tottenham, because he would have cooked for them, but Tottenham obviously went for Solanke.
Agreed.
So
Oshiman?
I I feel like with Victor Osimhen, I wouldn't say no to him, but it I feel like he has his heart set out to go to Chelsea. One of his main idols is Didier Drogba,
I know.
so it's because I hear it, it's like bro wants to go there. And I don't I I can't blame I can't deny that. You know what I mean? He wants to play as the same
Hmm.
club as his idol was. And the guy's a great goal scorer. He it's insane on how he creates his own chances and gets into space, and he's just very clinical. I would love to have him at the club. Napoli are offering a king's ransom, but still, I think if we're willing to break the bank for Declan Rice, we can do the same thing for him. But my dream striker, I've said it before, I'll say it again, is Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan. That I like sell half the club to the guy, because he will guarantee you 30 goals a season. Um, he's and he will be incredible for this club. Probably just like the goal scorer that we need. His stamina is great. His vision is dope. He can play as a 10, a false nine. Just in lethal in front of goal. Um, but yeah, that's the guy we need personally.
Okay. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. After Man United, Inter is my second favorite team. I'm literally
Inter.
watching Inter's game while we're talking. So, but he's not playing.
Oh
He's
wait a minute, he's
injured,
not.
unfortunately.
Did you watch the Genoa game?
I watched a little bit of it. Not the full game. I wasn't able to, but some parts of it I did watch. And
Ah,
unfortunately,
you
drew
missed
that
a
game.
you
But
missed a
yeah.
wonderful game, sis.
Mm,
My uncle is a diehard Inter fan, and
come on.
so
Well,
like
same
I
thing.
I have to, well, like, I mean, I watched that, yeah, obviously, but like
Yep.
I watched Inter game specifically, but
Same. Try to watch as much as I can. But So, anything else you want to like talk about in terms of? Oh wait, his uncle is Mo. No, it is not Judge Mo.
Mo. Mo. Is that-
Why would that
I'm gonna
be
need,
Mo?
I'm gonna need some
How old do you
context to
think
this.
Mo is? Come on, man.
I'm
Don't
gonna
do
need
Mo like
some
that.
context to this. What? Mo? That's crazy.
That is
Uh,
mad. That'd be funny if you'd be like, yeah, Mo, the Egyptian, is actually my uncle. That would be funny. That would be funny.
uh,
Ay, ay, ay.
right.
What I was saying was, is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to the Arsenal Villa game before we kind of talk a little bit more with the other games that's gone
Yeah.
on
No,
today?
I mean, no. I'll just wrap up with this. Listen, 3 points is in the bag. I'm glad that the boys just woke up. I mean, when Trossard stepped in, and after, like I said, after he scored, we started actually playing better football and started being more ourselves. And with that, we got 3 points in. We have to continue that
Yeah.
form going on when we take on Brighton. So yeah.
hmm who do you play next? Because that will be one game before the international break. The next one that's coming up. Who you
Well, our next
play?
game is Brighton, isn't it? So
Is
yeah,
it at home or away?
I actually don't know. Let me take a look. I think it should be at home, but let me see. Let me do this real quick. Doing this on the fly.
Brighton and
Yeah, it is at home.
Oh, okay, yeah, we need
Yep.
that. We need that. Because Brighton, yes, they won against us, but they could have been got at. So I think you'll get the job done. I'm not even gonna lie. I think you'll manage. Which pains me,
Uh,
but it is what it is.
glory,
Your
Man
next game,
United.
okay. We'll be back one day. It's not about us. Did you watch any of the other games
Yes,
today?
I did
Okay.
watch the Tottenham. Did watch the Tottenham Everton game.
Okay.
Yeah. What you make of it?
I mean, Spurs 4-0. Some scoring your praise. Excuse me? Son, man like Son. He put me back to like Son a few years ago with Kane.
Yeah, Tottenham. Tottenham surprised me.
Yep.
Um,
They look
I,
good. Oof.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
I thought this was gonna be a draw. I didn't think it was gonna end at 4-0 because I thought this was gonna be a dead game. But
Me
you
too.
know, like Postecoglou, he made some changes into the team that really needed to be. I think Basuma was one. And most that was dope. He was very good in the game today. Kulusevski, for me, man of the match, got 2 assists. He gave the assist to I think Basuma and gave the assist to I think to Sonny. So I think really like Everton had just no response to Tottenham, and I hate to give Tottenham praise, but I had to. Yeah, Pickford was. Oh God, what was Pickford
What
doing with
the
the second
hell
goal?
did he do for the second goal?
What
Because that's
happened?
when I put on the game. I didn't see like initially Basuma's goal. I wasn't watching the game at that time, but right as I was putting the TV on, I saw like a replay of what Pickford did, and then the goal score changed to 2-0. I was like, oh, wait, hold up, replay, rewind, huh? Pickford, what the hell? Why would you do
That touch that Pickford did though, sis. I'm like, yo, what was bro doing? Like,
that?
yo, that's like some of the touches that I would be doing in Sunday League, bro. Like, nah. Like, I can't, man. Like, Pickford, you play in the Premier League, you play in the big time, man. This is no, man.
Man, like you're England's number one. Come on, Pickford.
Mm,
That was a
mm,
bozo
mm,
moment. That like when
mm.
that happened, game was done. It was
It
done.
was done. It was dead. It was done. Like when like the confidence went down as soon as Pickford did that, and the
Mhm.
boys' heads were dropped.
Yeah,
Sean Dash
it
was
was
just
dropped
like,
100%.
He couldn't, like as the old saying goes, he can't be asked. Like that's basically what it was. And
Yeah, basically.
but Bears to Tottenham. Bears to Tottenham. They needed this.
100%. Mickey Van de Ven, that boy can run. That boy is quick.
That
Yeah.
I like him. I rate him, and I hate. I like him a lot. Very good player.
That was really good. And also, they gotten some youngsters in with the Swedish Lucas Bergwall, who's doing well.
Mm.
And what's his name again? Gray. Gray something. That's
What
Gray's his last name.
for
For
Tottenham?
Spurs. Yeah.
Oh,
That's his first name. I know it, but I just
I am
I'm
having
just
a
blanking.
brain fart actually. Oh, man.
Me too. I don't know what happened for a second. Gray.
His name. Let me see. Let's see.
Gray.
Can't believe I'm putting Tottenham Hotspur into my search engine. And they had to clean this up afterwards, Let's see.
Delete it.
Seriously. Let's see.
Sorry.
Ray. Okay, so is it? I think it is Roman Ivan Dixon. Is that no? That's Everton. That's Everton.
I was like, no,
No.
that does not sound familiar. No, sorry.
Ray. I don't know.
Gray.
Oh, Gray. Oh, wait, are you talking about Damari Gray?
No. There's another one that's called Gray. He played for Leeds. And now plays for Spurs. He's youngster. So come on.
You mean Archie Gray?
Thank you. Yes. That guy. I don't know why. In my head, I kept repeating Anthony Gray. There's no Anthony Gray. Sophie, what the? No. Archie Gray.
Grays, man.
It really is. Mari Gray. I forgot about him for a second, Not that guy. The other Gray. But there's some interesting youngsters that's doing their thing. For sure. The Suma, having been on, dropped for the first game because of the balloons incident. Madness to me. But hey, now he's back. And he did his thing.
Question. So, where do you think Tottenham will finish? Like, if you really had to finish, if they continue to form.
Yeah. The thing is, though, prior to, I always like to do like predictions right before the Premier League season starts, and then I will be doing an updated one right as the transfer window closes, because that might change my mind, and especially when you've seen the first 3 games as well, it can change your mind a little bit. So
No.
I was initially saying 6th. And I actually put West Ham ahead of them as well. Which
Swear down. Okay. I see.
Just because of the transfer window, I felt like looked very good.
It was. West Ham have had an unbelievable transfer season. I think they truly surprised me. I think their sporting director is the same that used to work at Leverkusen, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if anybody in chat can maybe confirm that theory. Hopefully, it's not fabrication Romano sentence, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I think the guy has man. Let me honest signings that he brought in. I was really surprised by how the fact that they brought in Fulkrug from Dortmund.
Yeah,
that surprised me.
Surprised me as well.
Yeah, Somerville was dope. Wan-Bissaka, good signing in my opinion. I think personally you guys should have kept him, but that's a whole different story.
I
Well,
think he's been a good signing for them as well. I think
mhm.
he did well today. I did watch that game. He did look well. Good.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
big.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but now I don't know where I would put Spurs. They might go. I mean, I really don't know. I need to like see that, next game. I think they're going to be playing Newcastle, and I'm a bit unsure if that's going to be. I think it might be Newcastle away actually. That'll be a
Mm,
bit more tough, of course, because we know how much of a proper you know atmosphere the St. James's Park can really be.
yeah,
We know that very well, United. So, um, unfortunately, but we have to wait and see. I think, and also whether or not they might not sign more players. It looks to be that their window probably is wrapped up.
I agree. Mhm.
Solanke is injured. Not be back until after the international break, but they got one more game, and I think they'll manage. But that also needs to add something for me before I can really be like, okay, maybe I'll move them up, or maybe I still keep them six. But what do you, where do you think they'll finish?
Um, I'll be honest. I think I have Tottenham. If I recall, I think yes, I do. I have Tottenham finishing Europa League as well,
Okay,
and if I hopefully I am correct about this, but I do have Tottenham finishing fifth,
okay,
and yeah, because I feel like reason being is because for like the top four, for like fourth place through sixth place, possibly
hmm
even conference league,
hmm
that those positions are going to be a dogfight. They're
yep,
going to be just as competitive as the Premier League race and also the relegation battle. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. And I have been finishing above you guys personally because
okay,
I think I think the Europa League may be a factor for you for you lot personally because I think you guys will go deeper into the competition compared to other teams
hmm
in the Prem competing in Europe. But um, but no, I think Tottenham they keep themselves composed, maybe avoid any major injuries, and if Solanke can get himself together and score, they can cook. They can get themselves into a good position for Europa League next season. But yeah, that's the way I see it. Maybe I if they do slip off, maybe I might do an update myself. But I personally I just see him as finishing Europa League. Unless something drastic has to happen like last season where they had like a whole ton of injuries.
yeah,
And but we shall see.
we shall see. Yeah, indeed. Big up to Eddie's Football Waffle. Make sure you check out our last stream we did, which was, of course, the Brighton Man United reaction, where I did have Eddie on as a fellow guest. And, we spoke our truth. We spoke our truth. So, subscribe to his channel, show him some love. Big up to John says first Man City, second Arsenal, third Liverpool, fourth, basically between West Ham, Villa, Brighton, Man United. Damn. And then fifth,
Mm,
Chelsea, first, and then sixth, Newcastle. So meaning it's a mix up. I hear it. I hear it. I mean, it's like what Will said. It's even like it's not just about you know, the title race being kind of close, but also actually like top six in general will be that will be tight because you have teams such as Newcastle who will be only playing one game a week. If we're excluding, of course, the
well,
Medway Cup games, right? And you
mhm.
also do be having a Villa and a West Ham, whom both have done very well in the transfer window. The same goes for Brighton as well. They've had a wonderful transfer window.
Yes.
Exciting young manager. The fact that he's 31 years old, my God, have mercy.
Um, you mentioned Brian as well and bringing in young talent. And I think for me, their best signing was bringing in Valentin Barco from Boca Juniors. And he has been regarded as one of the best left backs coming from South America. And I was First of all, I was relieved because Manchester City really wanted him. Guardiola was pushing to bring him in like a few seasons ago, but
Yeah,
he didn't want to go because he wasn't going to get playtime.
yeah.
But when I saw Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein tweeted, yeah, it's gonna go to Sevilla. I'm like, why? Why you loan him out, bro?
No. I kind of wanted to see
No.
more of him this season because I didn't feel like we saw much of him last season, you know? But yes, it is what it is. But they got now Fenerbahce's uh, Ferdi Kagiloglu. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, but
Girl.
Fenerbahce left back. That guy, he had a wonderful Euros. He gonna cook,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
okay? And I believe Matt O'Reilly as well. Now they're cooking.
Yes. They
See,
did get
Matt,
my
they're
Rollins.
cooking. They're cooking.
You gotta give Brian credit. I mean, I've always said this before. I'm about Brian. I think their scouting network is just top notch. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're definitely up there with the big six in terms of what we'll call it recruitment,
yep.
and they will always continue producing and bringing in fine talent. And that's why you have some of the bigger clubs wanting to bring players from that particular team, and that cycle will continue on. Unfortunately, sorry, Brian fans, but it's true. You know what I mean?
They've spent that Casado money wisely. That's all I'm going to
Yes,
say. They really have.
yes, as they should.
Yeah, as they should, 100%. Yeah. Um. So we've talked about, obviously, touched up on the Spurs everything game. And did you maybe catch a little bit of the City Ipswich game?
I did see a little bit of it, and uh, for me, first of all, shout out to Erling Haaland, man. My FPL is looking nice at the moment, and I have joined your FPL league, so
I
everyone keep
saw
an eye
that.
out for me.
Hey, I
Arteta, you
will.
must. I'm gonna be winning this league. You know what I mean? You said it here, but nah, man. Haaland. I mean, going into the game though, Sophie, you already know what it is. Like they were just there for the taking. I
They
mean,
were.
freshly promoted team. Um, they didn't even give them any time to breathe. They just
Yeah.
kept pressing them. Strikes were going left and right and center. It was just doomsday. And that's the thing. If that was a preview, right? Imagine what's going to be like when they take on Southampton. Like, I can't wait to triple captain that game.
I might need to, you know.
You should
Oh
do
my
that.
God, I might need to
Free
do
tip, everybody. Free tip from your
that.
boy. I'm telling you. Triple captain Haaland
Shout.
for when he plays in Southampton.
But Southampton, they be holding else
They
on
just
else. They're licked with the amount of goals. I mean, we scored 9 past them a few years ago. Also, Liverpool scored 9 past them.
yeah.
Newcastle, I think, might have done that as well. If I'm not mistaken, somebody did as well. Mad. But that was more so with like the German, what's German? Haselnut? Who did? Something in that order. The former one, with Southampton a few years ago. I think it was German. But either way,
You know, I don't know
man,
what you do you think
mm,
I mean, I know this was a bad game for your whatchamacallit, Ipswich Town, but do you think they may get relegated, or do you find some way to kind of finesse it and stay up?
I think they might get relegated, but you never know. Because with last season, we had all of the teams that got promoted went straight back down. That was last season, right?
Yep.
It doesn't necessarily mean that it will happen this season. 'Cause I have a feeling Leicester probably will stay up. Southampton, though, I'm a bit unsure. Ipswich as well. You never know. But we kind of have to see. I mean, it's only 2 games in the season, so we have to, of course, see how it goes with them for the other games. Um, our guy McKenna is doing his thing, former Man United coach under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a few years back.
Yes. Yes.
So
Mhm.
they did very well in Championship, but Championship is not Premier League. So
No.
often teams that been rocking up the championship don't always end up kind of, also transferring that same performance, that same success into the Premier League because it's not always sustainable. You kind of have to be a bit different playing the bigger teams, but it's more so about managing. But it'll be interesting. I think they gave it a go, but when they scored that first goal, they probably should have maybe tried to be a bit more. Let's try to sit back a little bit. Let's not try to go toe to toe because that's
No.
sometimes I feel like what
And
teams are. Man, like you don't need to try to go toe to toe with Man City. Don't do it. They're gonna
don't
rip you open. There's no shame in trying to be defensive. Nothing wrong with that. We've all been there. You know, be smart.
please.
That's what I'm. Be smart. I don't get it. I remember when who was it last season when Villa got smacked up. I don't know if it was 5-1 or 5-2, and people said, but they gave it a go. You know what? They lost what they. I don't care. I am not gonna be happy with trying to go toe to toe and get smacked up 5. Hell no. But I play good football though, so it's all fine. What? Nah.
No, 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 no.
Give me the park the bus football, but we do not slip in 5 goals. I'm sorry. Some games you have to just be a bit, you know. There's a word for it, but I can't think of it right now. Help me with it. Help me.
Listen, you just sometimes you just have to be defensive, man. There's nothing wrong with
Yep.
that. You have to play to your strengths, and there's
Yep.
nothing wrong with that. Especially when you go up against a juggernaut like Man City.
Exactly.
They have a cyborg up front who only has one thing, you know what I mean, and he's gonna be scoring goals. Like, come on, just put up 5 people in front of him. You know what I mean? Even if it is like your striker, anything to block that guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And there's nothing wrong there. Is like even if you get like a 1-0, maybe like a draw, that's fine. Make it less embarrassing than what it is. Because I remember when we cooked Sheffield, I think it was, and it was like 5, I think 6-0, so something like that. They try to go toe to toe with us, and we make them pay for it. And yeah,
Stop it. It's like this one
yeah,
here. I mean, this facts. Lee Gunner speaking facts about this. He said you need a different style of football, not Pep ball to beat Pep. Like sometimes it's too much. Let me try to play like Pep.
there's
And
some
it's
truth to
something,
that.
you know.
Yeah, the thing is, right? Is there's some truth to what Lee Gunner said. I didn't see it, but the
Mhm.
problem more so is not so much Pep's philosophy, though. So it's more so it's just the lack of players. I think this is more so in the game today, in
Mhm.
general, is
Yeah,
that there's a lack of individuality. And I think you actually may have spoken about this in your previous stream where you notice how like back in the day you had your Zizous, you had your Ronaldinhos, you had your Pirlos and such like that. They weren't afraid to be themselves like on the pitch. You know what I mean?
no. Yep.
And or even like you think about like and also your Cristiano Ronaldo's and such like that, from like 2010s and what have you. But they're still in like you're in a even though you're in a particular system, you are not
Mhm.
still are able to be yourself when you're on the
Yeah.
ball.
Basically, still being able to express yourself.
Exactly. In today's game, it is so
Mhm.
system like people are very like so system based. You
I
have to
agree.
stick to it, and you can't be
Yeah.
able to really express yourself like
Yeah.
when you're on the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to cut inside, go for a shot, that's it, or you have to be in the box, or just stay behind and be and just wait for the counter attack or stuff like that. Like no, bro. Like what sets you apart as a player? You know what I mean? Is when
I
people
agree.
like look at you. So
Yeah. But I almost feel like is that maybe starting to be brought back though with how we mentioned Pep. He's now starting to have more direct wingers now, like he used to, with a Savio on that right hand side. You have a
mhm.
Doku on that left hand side. You have a Grealish that you can bring off of from the bench, who's a bit more different. Technically, he used to be maybe a little bit more fluent creativity wise at Villa, but been a bit more. It's changed now in this system because it's so system based of how Pep wants it, and maybe Pep is kind of letting them be a little bit more expressive. I don't know,
Mm,
a
a little bit. I mean,
little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Just a top.
you know, so I see what you're saying, and I hear it because like if you're thinking about Pep, and we stick to the examples of of like Pep Guardiola, there are only maybe like a few selected players in that team that can be you know individuals. You can say like a Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne in the past, Riyad Mahrez,
Yep.
Sergio Aguero, like those players stick out to you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
In this current City team, yeah, okay, you can say Savio, sure. He does, and I've seen this when he was in what you call it, Copa America. He does bring some of that Brazilian flair,
Yeah, I like
and
him.
I like him as well. And not a bad winger,
Mhm. Still
but
wrong, but
yeah,
it's
a little
okay.
green. But it'll take time. It'll take time for him to
Yeah,
kind of be into
yeah.
Pep's system. Uh, but um, but when you mentioned Doku, it kind of like I just don't see the individualism in Doku. I kind of feel like he's yeah, and I know I might get sin bin for this. I may,
No,
because
no, no.
I know how much you rate Doku, but
You do. No, yeah, because I do
but
indeed.
it's
But
just it's one of them
I
ones.
won't sin bean you for that. That's, I mean, go ahead.
Mm. But like it's just one of them ones where I'm like, for me, like Doku, I feel he has potential to be an
Yep,
excellent player. He has
yep.
great pace and dribbling is good, but I feel like he's sort of in the same boat as Rafael Leao and Raheem Sterling, where okay, you have
Mhm.
pace and you cut inside and you go for a shot. Like or Sterling, like modern day Sterling, like now Sterling, not Sterling in the past few years when he was in Liverpool and City, but now present day Sterling, and it's like there's no creativity, no electric. Like I see that makes you
Mhm.
strike fear
Yep,
into
I
that
hear
back
it.
line.
Yep. No, exactly. There's some good comments here. Eddie says, yeah, I agree with the City wingers doing a bit of expressive dribbling, but the slow defense buildup is jarring now, especially when low skilled teams try it and concede goals every game. Be
Mhm.
original. I hear it.
I hear
It's
it
fair.
though.
Yeah,
Excellent. Yo,
yeah,
shout out to what you call it, Eddie again. Excellent content, great channel, man.
yeah, exactly. And Eddie responds to Chong basically kind of saying that Doku's Anthony, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. And Anthony's my player, but I want him out of my club.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me.
I'll give Doku any day of the week.
Uh,
Eddie
uh,
response says, Doc, you can dribble. Anthony unfortunately can only do ball spins.
that's
Yep,
that's a violation.
fidget spinner.
Uh,
Hey,
no. That's
we can, diss our players. We won't be having other people do
I
it.
didn't say
We
nothing. I
won't
just
be.
laughed.
No, I know, no. You can laugh. You can laugh. I agree. You can. To be fair, you can also diss. I'm just joking. If you want to diss, go ahead. Cause I
Ah,
ain't gonna be sitting here. I'm not dying on the Anthony Hill. I'm not doing it. Respectfully, I'm not doing it. For all I care, he can rot on the bench. That's how done I
dang, it's
am with
like
Anthony.
that. Dang, the
Yep.
hatred for Anthony really is that deep?
I'm
Wow,
tired. Enough is enough.
you
And
can't
I'm
do
done.
it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, so that begs the question. So if you were to sell Anthony, would you take Sterling?
Oh, damn. No, I wouldn't. I like Sterling, but I wouldn't.
See,
I wouldn't.
and it's not just me.
No, no,
It's
no.
not just me,
I
Mandem.
think
You see, she won't take
Sterling,
Sterling either. So I'm
if it
telling
was
you,
Sterling a few years ago, hell yeah.
exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
But Sterling now? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ed says I take anyone over Rashford.
You're taking the piss, bro. I'm sorry. Nah, that's mad. Ed, that's
I
crazy.
still want
Listen,
I'm giving Rashford this season. After this season, if he's still having a trash season, Broski still gotta go. He gotta go. But we'll have that conversation next year. But now,
we will
go
be
ahead.
there.
You were gonna say something. Go ahead.
Oh no, like so. I was gonna just quickly say this about Marcus Rashford. Hopefully he does improve. Because even though I am an op, I do rate him. I do rate him highly. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
mean, I give the ops players praise and criticism when it's due,
Same.
and yeah, and I think hopefully Marcus Mandela does get his flowers this season. So
Yeah.
hopefully
I've heard
hopefully
that.
we shall see.
Hey, we shall see indeed. Also, I mean, with some of the other games that was going on, we had, Crystal Palace versus West Ham. I did watch that game as well. Ended in 2-0. West Ham did their thing. Big up to them. Thomas Susek and Jared Bowen with the goals. And
My
then
man Jared
Fulham.
Bowen.
Come on.
Ah, it's crazy. I watched
What?
so they were actually this same game actually happened in preseason. They were over here in my ends in Tampa. So
Okay.
I went to go watch the game and I did a vlog over for the Crystal
All
Palace
right.
fan channel, Eagle Eye Football. Shout out to Eagle Eye. And
Shout
yeah,
out indeed.
um, it's a it Palace didn't again. I kind of expected this to go the same way. It was similar, I guess, because Palace started off slow. They got back into it, but West Ham cooked. I cannot lie. Um, Thomas Tuchel was dope. Jared Bowen was causing problems. Um, um, I, Again, those signings are just paying off well. I think the best chance that Palace really had, I think, was whatchamacallit. I think it was Eze when he was like just I think just outside the box. He went for the curler and then it just bounces off
Yep.
the crossbar. I think to this day he can still hear it. So, but yeah,
Yeah. You know what? West Ham. The thing is, though, some of the new signings, like you said, Fulkrug and Somerville, I believe, didn't start. Todibo didn't start, but Todibo, I mean, all of them, I believe, came in more so later in the second half. Fulkrug had a big chance where he could have scored, to be fair, but I still am shocked that he's at West Ham. I ain't gonna hold you. That still feels so weird. Not in a bad way, but just from Dortmund, it just feels a bit. It's one of those signings that just feels like, huh? Wow.
like why?
You know?
I hear it. I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Oh, I mean, I'm intrigued. It's one of those signs where you're just like, wow, West Ham. I'm intrigued. Interesting.
This is gonna sound like a weird comparison, but it's kind of
Mhm.
like when Ross Barkley went to Luton. It's like it's weird, but I'm sort of
Yeah,
intrigued by this. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Let me
I
see how
hear
like
you.
let
I
me see
hear
how he
you.
does.
I mean, and after that, Ross Barkley Villa will be playing Champions League football. Like, come on now. I don't even know. Has he even been playing, getting minutes yet? I don't even think. Was he on the bench today? Ross Barkley for you guys.
Yeah, he did play. He did play.
Oh, he did. Where the hell was I? I watched the game, but I think I was
You were
more
probably
so in
checking up.
so much.
You were probably checking up on some of those on some of those what was his name? Ugarte rumors, seeing if he's going to be
No,
signing
I
in or not.
wasn't. I was invested in your game. I was
Mm.
invested, but then I was fixing the graphics while I was watching. Maybe it was I don't know. But I just What's he get today? I swear the guy completely forgot he played. Where the hell
Yeah,
am I
it
getting?
was kind of tells you, man. Ross Barkley. That's it. What to Costello, man. Big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good, yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Ed is
Yeah.
like Barkley definitely played. Okay, I'm having like, am I in the Twilight Zone? I'm like, huh? But okay, either way, it is what it is. um, oh yeah, this one that is. Well, I might need to do a video like players
We
that
may
went
we
like
may have to do
this
this.
one.
Yeah.
James Rodriguez to Everton. That also is like, huh? Even like weirder having Ancelotti managing them.
That was the weirdest one. Out of all clubs, yeah, man went to Everton and he didn't do anything.
Y'all
That's why
just
I
gave me a
say
video idea. Thank you guys. Once the international break happens, I have to do a video on this. Thank you. I'll write this in my notes. We have to do a video on that because this is a good idea. But yeah, that one was mad. But yeah, let's go back because this is whoo pew mind blowing.
I have one more. So Carlos
Go
Vela when
ahead.
he went to Arsenal, and it was had happened so many years ago. This was under Wenger's reign. It
Yeah.
was the weirdest transfer we had, and he cooked for like a little bit, but it was so
Uh huh.
random.
Right. And someone else mentioned like what was it? Eto to
Yeah,
Everton as
yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. And to play for Everton as well. Yeah. But the thing is, Ancelotti's Everton was mad though, and some are touting Everton like under Ancelotti as like a legacy team. I'm like, what did they do? Is it because of Carlito managing the team? You can't call that a legacy team. They didn't do much.
You can't.
You can't.
I mean, he bounced quick. He was like, once Real Madrid was like, "Yo, broski, gonna come back. You fancy another round or how many minutes?" It was like, "Okay, bye bye." And Harris was like, "I'm a bounce as well. Let's go." That was funny. I ain't gonna hold you. That whole thing. Now, guys,
Okay, look.
love
Let me look. We're not
guys.
going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. And also, I did see one comment from Ed saying Vela is weirder than Joel Campbell to Arsenal. Look,
Ooh,
don't disrespect the homie
Joe
Joel Campbell.
Campbell.
Joel Campbell, El Tico. Listen, I have
That's
a
the
good.
throwback.
Yes.
I feel old. Stop, guys, stop, guys. No. We gotta stop this. Mm-mm. It's gone too far now. Nope. Okay,
You
this
may
is
have to
not.
get that video done.
Yeah, he's saying now it's more weird when Zlatan went to United when it was when it was shit. To be fair, you were nah. It would be not at that
Nah, no,
time.
he's taking
Was
the.
really not that time. I think we were still getting a lot of the big players like Schweinsteiger, Di Maria, but it was more so like it didn't make sense at the time, but still like okay, like you would accept it if that makes sense. Hindsight, it wasn't. To be fair, I actually think Zlatan was a good signing. I
It
didn't
was. He
mind him
was.
at
He
all.
was a
He got
fantastic
injured
signing
at
for
the
United.
end, but I think he did well. I was personally happy. I wish we'd have gotten him maybe 3 years earlier, but I actually think he was a good signing. He was free, people. Like he was on a free. Are you mad? Come on.
Can't
No.
say no
But
to
let's
Zlatan.
accept. Come on. Zlatan. Are you
Listen,
mad?
you can't say no to Zlatan. Zlatan says no to you.
He run it back. Run it back. Say it one more time. For the people louder for the people at the back. Go.
You can't say no to Zlatan. Zlatan says no to you.
Mm.
You see? I know that I followed this man's career, bro. Even when man
Hey.
said that he doesn't do auditions for my club, it pisses me off to this day. But I respect it because man's a legend.
Yeah.
That's the only banter I'll take from that guy. But I love the man. I love that guy. True legend of the game.
100%. Fact that he never won a Champions League is still mad to
It's
me.
criminal.
He's been
Absolutely.
unlucky. So unlucky. But big up to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Big up to my guy.
Big up
I had to
to
say that.
the big Swede, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, 100%. Big up to those who are here. Make sure you get the likes up because this stream has been wonderful. I've had a blast. Well, you've done well, broski. You've done well.
Appreciate you, sis. Yo, it's I mean a pleasure, being on here. You know what I mean? And I love being on here, you know what I mean? And yo, please smash the like for this wonderful lady right here, man. She's been cooking with her, with her football knowledge, you know what I mean? So she's putting in the work. So please smash the like, subscribe.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Before we slowly wrap up, there was also two more games. So the Fulham Leicester game, I didn't watch. I've seen highlights. The same with the Southampton Forest game. But I wanted to quickly, with the Fulham game, your guy ESR got himself a goal. Big up to him.
I'm vexed about that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch I didn't watch a lot of the game, and I'll say this about Emil Smith Rowe. I had him in my FPL for about a good 30 minutes, and then I made a quick change,
Oh,
and I brought in I changed him for Luis Diaz, and I immediately regretted it. I like scored.
oh,
But no, I think Fulham they played a lot better compared to when they played against you guys. I think Marco Silva kind of went back to the drawing board and saw what was the issue when they played you lot. They weren't clinical. I think Traore was better when it comes to better passing, because his passing when he was at Old Trafford was abysmal, and I think Smith Rowe out of that goal is already boosted up his confidence. Alex Iwobi was a delight. Antoine Robinson was phenomenal in my opinion, and yeah, I think Fulham did their thing. I think Leicester. I think when Fias when he scored the header, I don't know why they went to VAR. I know it was because offside, but
okay.
Vardy went back and tried to remain onside. I don't think there was really no need for it. I think the Premier League, the Premier League really is kind of just taking the piss at this moment. Really, with just being like a toenail, like an inch of a toenail offside.
Yeah.
Like, just allow it, man.
I hear it 100%. They sometimes be like, okay, now you're doing a bit too much now. Calm down. Like, if it's not like 100% clear and obvious, maybe. Sometimes they're like, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to cut my toe off? Like, what are we doing? If it's like a toenail.
Yeah, man. Like, it's just too much. Like,
Yeah.
I understand. Like, I guess what, like, for some people, I guess it can be subjective, but when it's a clear and obvious offside, you can blow the whistle on it. But like, for something as minuscule as that, like, bro, come on, there's really a need to go to VAR. Like, it's just like, no.
But this is why, like, because they will be, I think it might be after the international break or like in October when they will be finally getting the, automated offside thingy that they've been having in the World Cup and stuff. And that'll save a lot of time because just the offsides takes too long. So imagine just having instantly know, just a few seconds, it's offside. Because now, like for us in the Brighton game, we have a bunch of we offsides in that game. Where I'm like, guys, y'all don't know the offside rule. Should we work on that in training again? Is that something we have to work on? We might potentially do that. But at least if you get the whole system in place, you'll save a lot of time to just be, okay, we're celebrating, yay, woohoo, and then 2-3 minutes to just stand there and wait for a decision that could have been done quickly, wrapped up, you know? Because right now I'm like, I feel like I don't even know if I can celebrate really well, especially when United scores. Because is this going to be offside? And will it take
I
for me for a long time for it to be made, a proper decision, and then it's going to be ruled offside? So I've spent all my energy celebrating and being super gassed, than to just be distraught after the
you know,
decision.
I feel like and adding to your point, it's like there shouldn't be like the ref shouldn't take 10 minutes
Mm-mm.
when it comes to making a decision when it comes to offside.
No.
That's the best rule of thumb. It should be
Yeah.
quick and done.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
It
the
really
best way
should.
to look at it. In the
Yeah.
Prem, we've seen this in the past seasons. They like referees just take the nick out of it, and it really just needs to stop. And all for like for pointless offside calls.
Yeah, they have to sort it out because we're in
Mhm.
2024,
Please.
way halfway through the year. We're gonna freaking go into 2025. I'll be 30 next year. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So
Listen, you're not gonna be alone. Trust me, I'm gonna be pushing 30 myself. Like pretty soon. It's gonna be like 2 more years.
30
So hey,
gang.
when will the good die young?
Lord have mercy. I
Jeez.
mean, I work at a school, so the kids be reminding me, like, when they ask me, "How old are you?" Like 29. No, you're not. And then they'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna be 30 soon." Haha. No, you're
Listen,
old.
and at least you have kids who make fun of you. Is it? I would take that, but like my friends and also my missus, they make fun of my hairline. Like they say, like my hairline looks crazy. You know what I mean?
Bless your heart.
Oh, can y'all like ease up on me, please?
Like, come on. Don't do that. Nah. No, that is a violation when, yeah, I feel a bit sad for you guys. Like how people be going after men's hairline. They have to be, you don't really be kind of, what should I say? Let's say you haven't been concerned about it, or,
Yeah.
a bit too, that hasn't really been in your mind, and then suddenly somebody brings it up and it's like, oh, I'm a little bit self-conscious now about it. Come on, don't do that. No.
Look, my hairline can do a solid 4.33 right now. Yeah, so it still has time. I can it can still do some solid pet ball.
I've seen. Wow, that's you have years ahead of you. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Just because I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. I don't
No,
want to.
no, 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 no. Listen, it can still cook. It can still cook.
Oh yeah. Well, 100%. But yeah, so now this has been a great. Oh my God, it's a penalty for Inter.
No, swear down.
Okay, yeah, okay. Because it's 1-0 already with Darmian goal, by the way, and now it's going to be obviously Hakan, and of course he will score, and he did. Yes, 2-0. And Milan lost as well earlier, so this is good. Yeah,
Milan.
love this.
The Rossoneri. Love-hate relationship with them.
Really? Okay.
No, well, listen, it doesn't mean that I am a full-on Rossoneri. No, no, no. You know what I mean? It's just like because of my uncle, I like to mess with him. To like to sell, be with Milan, and also my brother. He's a huge Juventus fan. So
Of course.
so obviously it's
That's
kind of like
funny.
the big three.
Brother UA fan, uncle Inter fan.
Yeah, I have to do it.
I hear it. I mean, my family, I'm a United fan. My dad's a Gooner. My
Yes,
mom,
yes.
my
Let the
mom
man
supports Real
cook.
Madrid. Listen to this. My mom supports Real Madrid, and my brother supports Barcelona. This is a dysfunctional family.
That's a
Very dysfunctional family.
Imagine how y'all would be like in Champions League. No, I can't imagine.
I swear, it,
That's
it
mad.
is madness. Madness growing up.
I
Bless their heart, but yikes.
rate it. I
And
love that. I rate
we're
it.
all ups, basically. Each other's ups. It's so funny.
Do you reckon Inter will do back to backs with that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was really confident when they won last season.
Yeah,
I called it very early on, and I think they'll do it again. I think so.
I think so too. I don't think.
But I'm not gonna say like it's gonna be like by a landslide as it was last season. I think it'll be a little bit more tight this season. But I still reckon they'll do it.
I
You
don't
know?
think. I mean, I hear you, and I don't think Inter. Like, if you really want to deep it, right? I mean, Inter really they really had the most like depth squad in Serie A. Um, Milan, I think they're like the only team that can really. I mean, you really in like Milan can probably challenge Inter, but they're not going to get far. Because I don't trust Paulo Fonseca as much. He's got a good philosophy, but at the same time, it's just going to take some time for them to fully adapt.
Mm,
Um, some are saying Juventus could make a run. I did like what Thiago Motta did when they did play Cuomo last time out. Still early days, but there was some electric football. Um, but I've nah man. I think it's Inter's to lose. It pretty much is.
100%. Oh, no. At least this made me a bit more happier after I put me through today. I'm a bit more calm now. Watch some other football. Oh,
Yeah,
sometimes you just
just go on loan, Sophie. Just go on loan. So don't I mean, forget about Manchester United this season and just go on full on Inter. Support the Nerazzurri, support the snake. You know what I mean? Replace that Ronaldo shirt and have that Javier Zanetti shirt behind there. You know what I mean?
actually have been planning to get some like old school into. Oh,
You must. You must.
I am like for me after Cristiano Ronaldo is my favorite player of all time, but after him it's Adriano. Actually,
I love
I love
Adriano.
him.
Love him
He's
so
one of the
much when
reasons
he
why I
was at
started
Inter.
supporting Inter. I
Oh, I
loved
love that.
watching him as a kid, like around the same time I became a United supporter back in 2004. So I loved watching that man play football.
Nah, I'll
A
tell you
joy to
what.
watch.
My favorite. There are two Inter players that I really do rate.
Hmm.
David Suasu, the only
Okay.
Honduran player to ever play
Hey,
for Inter Milan,
come on.
and also El Príncipe, Diego
Hey,
Milito. I mean,
come on now.
come on. For me, one of the best four. I mean, when I see him play, man, and it's just a joy to watch. I,
Yeah.
it's crazy how people outside of Serie A don't really rate him. Like it's criminal.
If people only knew. If people only knew. That's the thing. This one from Eddie. This is funny. Sophia, if you go on loan already, I will disown you as my YouTube sister. Will deserve sin bin for that.
This is only for her own good. Cause come on, United's not doing much. It's just for happiness.
No, first and foremost, the thing is though, nothing that will never happen. But the thing with I will always like outside of Man United, I always do support Inter. Like we're not in
Okay.
Champions League, but Inter is in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I would want Inter to go as far as possible. I wanted to win it. If it's not Man United, I want it to be Inter. That's the only like team that I will back
Mhm.
other than a Man United. But it
Yeah.
won't be like if it's gonna be like a Man United Inter final, of course it's gonna be Man United. Like your
Hmm.
girl, it's back. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So, but Inter will always have like a soft spot in my heart. But
I
I will
hear you.
not go on loan to other clubs. I will support both of them separately for what they're doing in their respective leagues, cup competitions. So,
Fair enough.
Eddie, don't you worry. Okay, there's no need to do all this disowning stuff. Eddie, come back, come back, come on now. We were in this together earlier. Don't leave me now. Okay.
Uh,
Oh, but Will, this once again, I keep saying it. Wonderful stream. Longer than I expected, but I had a blast. I
hey,
had a lot of fun.
I had a
Real talk.
wonderful time as well. So if you like, it was an incredible stream. And again, thank you so much for having me on here. Definitely,
No
we
problem.
definitely gotta run it back sometime soon.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, man, please smash the like button for Sophie, bro. Like, yeah, man, incredible stream, bro. Let's go. Yes.
Yes. This was good. If y'all want to see more videos like this, more streams like this, make sure you do indeed subscribe, okay? Because I want to do more shows like this, having guests on, discuss what we all love, which is football. Okay, people? Great conversations. Doesn't need to support the same team, but we support the same sport. You
Mm,
know? Because Eddie says, hope to see more collaborations. Hit the like everyone 100%. And
yeah.
we will be having Will on the channel again for sure. So wonderful, amazing debut. Make sure, of course, that you head on over to his channel, show him some love. His channel name is linked in the title of this video, but also in the description box. Sean says it's a good stream. They indeed. What? Okay, you gotta chill. But yeah, big up.
Okay,
Big,
that's a bit messed up. I can't lie, man.
yeah. That's like, come down
Yeah, come
now.
on, man.
Rewind.
Come on,
Chill.
chillax,
We
man.
go to where Rosie?
Jeez, bro. Why you gotta make it extra, brother? Why you gotta make these
Exactly.
extra?
Why do you know?
Yeah, man. Like,
Man and a
bro.
woman can actually speak football without it having to be anything else. Simple.
Seriously, can men and women actually be friends? What
Yeah,
happens to that?
exactly.
But
Simple. But
it's messed still. Jesus.
I agree 100%. But move on from
But
that.
anyway,
Well, well, yeah, like this video, people. Of course, also subscribe to this channel. We are still, like I said, on the road to 3K subscribers. Literally, I believe like 40 subscribers away now. So we're growing.
mm,
Help us out. Push the video by liking, okay? Liking this stream. And okay, so
okay,
anybody having a date with anybody? Okay.
bro. What are you on
Nobody's
about,
with anybody. Okay.
bro? What are
We're
you?
here to talk football, nothing else.
I,
We're not here to mingle.
I'm
That's it.
okay.
Okay? Yeah. But okay. All right. But yeah, also join the SFT membership, another way to support the channel. And FBL, of course, Will did mention that he joined my FBL league. Could he be the one that wins the league? If so, then he'll be the one that I'll send a shirt of his choice. Probably would be Arsenal. Would it be Arsenal?
We'll see
Be
when that
anything.
time comes.
Yeah.
And we'll see when that
We'll
time
have
comes.
if you are that person, we'll have that discussion then. But
We
yeah,
shall
big up
see.
everybody. Link is in the description box and code for the FBL League. But yeah, I will be. Did I have a plan? Stream plan for tomorrow? Yeah, I do. Because it'll be the Wolves Chelsea game, I believe it is. And of course, also Liverpool and Brentford. So we will be doing a game day review for that. I'll see if I can get some fans from those two teams. We'll see, or one of them. We'll see, because these streams are actually very entertaining to do. But yeah, pick up everybody. See y'all tomorrow. And we're out. Bye bye.